Is the once unbreakable marriage between Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively quietly unraveling behind the scenes? Fans have worshipped this power couple for years, drawn in by witty social media exchanges and adorable red carpet moments. But now, whispers of a massive legal entanglement involving Justin Baldoni have cast a dark cloud over their glamorous public image. Even longtime co-stars like Anna Kendrick are reportedly caught in the middle. So what in the world is going on? Let's unravel the story step by step, from unexpected lawsuits to awkward red carpet run-ins, all while probing whether Ryan and Blake's marriage is as rocky as the rumors suggest. Few Hollywood pairs can compete with Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively when it comes to capturing hearts. Their playful banter online has given the public endless hashtag relationship goals. But in recent months, swirling speculation suggests something has changed. The flashpoint? A complicated lawsuit tied to the filming of It Ends With Us, a project that first seemed exciting, until rumors of financial disputes and behind-the-scenes clashes broke out. At the center of that legal battle stands Justin Baldoni. Once praised for his thoughtful approach to directing, Baldoni found himself at odds with Blake Lively after production disagreements reportedly snowballed. What started as a creative tug-of-war escalated into an intense feud, sending both legal teams into overdrive. By the time the press caught wind of a potentially giant lawsuit, everyone began questioning, where does Ryan Reynolds factor into this mess? The first real sign of strain arrived when Blake, usually front and center with Ryan at glamorous events, began making solo appearances. Gossip writers had a field day as soon as they noticed she was alone. Then came the hush-hush murmurs of big trouble ahead. Were they overblown rumors or the early tremors of a bigger quake? Keep that question on standby because more red flags were about to surface in broad daylight. When Blake Lively made a head-turning appearance at the Another Simple Favor premiere, fans expected style, charm, and maybe some lighthearted jokes. Instead, she arrived without Ryan and got bombarded by a protester waving a sign that read, "Justice for Justin Baldoni." Even for Hollywood's glitzy standards, that's about as subtle as a falling chandelier. The protesters' bold statement only fueled the talk that the legal drama with Baldoni was far from over. Meanwhile, inside the venue, the atmosphere felt ice cold whenever Blake and Anna Kendrick found themselves within a few feet of each other. Despite sharing top billing in the film, the two avoided posing for photos together, leaving fans to wonder if their once friendly rapport had soured. A reporter even tried to break the ice, asking Anna if she looked forward to working with Blake again. The brief, almost uncomfortable response told viewers all they needed to know. Something wasn't right. Online, clips circulated of Anna shifting nervously, and you could practically see the tension radiating off the screen. Naturally, folks started linking this drama to the lawsuit fiasco. Speculation spread that Anna felt overshadowed by Blake's controlling approach on various sets. Others claimed Anna just didn't want to get sucked into the Baldoni controversy. And then, of course, the question many asked, was Ryan's absence his way of distancing himself from it all? The puzzle pieces were forming, but the picture still wasn't clear. Blake Lively has never kept her ambitions under wraps. From her Gossip Girl days to film productions, she's known to be all in, offering feedback on costumes, dialogue, lighting, marketing, anything she believes shapes her characters. Some see it as admirable, a sign of commitment to her craft. But behind the scenes, sources whispered a different story. During the making of the first A Simple Favor, rumors flew that Blake's involvement sometimes morphed into micromanagement. She'd reportedly ask for script changes, weigh in on set design, and even question publicity strategies. At first, Anna Kendrick was said to be impressed by Blake's work ethic. Over time, that admiration supposedly turned into exasperation, especially when interviews promoting the film hinted at underlying friction. Then came Blake's candid interview where she confessed she rarely feels fulfilled just reading lines. She wants authorship, meaning she needs creative control to feel like a true collaborator. Though that might work smoothly for some projects, the vibe from set insiders was that her approach clashed with co-stars who felt overshadowed. One slip from a crew member even alleged that whenever Blake wasn't the center of attention, tension spiked. When the It Ends With Us fiasco erupted, many felt it exposed all the old wounds that had been patched over, not healed. If Blake had rubbed Anna or other collaborators the wrong way in the past, the massive lawsuit with Baldoni offered fresh proof that Lively's take charge style might have been rankling more people than she realized. But how did Ryan Reynolds respond to all this swirling drama? Typically, he'd offer a tongue-in-cheek tweet or a show of support. Not this time. And that silence spoke volumes until he turned up at SNL. Ryan Reynolds is no stranger to humor that tiptoes along the edge of controversy. He built an empire on his irreverent Deadpool persona. Yet even the wittiest people can fire off a joke that lands with a deafening thud. That appeared to happen on the famed Saturday Night Live stage when the host lobbed a casual question his way. "Ryan, how's it going?" In any normal situation, a quick "all good" would suffice. Instead, Ryan quipped something that danced around the swirling legal meltdown, practically name-checking the big elephant in the room without outright saying, "I'm dealing with a monstrous lawsuit." Audience members offered a polite giggle, but the tension was undeniable. Did he just turn a deeply serious situation into comedic fodder? Blake, seated in the audience, looked less than amused. Spectators swore they spotted her jaw tighten. Given she was trying to portray herself as a victim of creative sabotage or broken agreements, Ryan's lighthearted barb didn't exactly bolster her narrative. Online, fans had a field day dissecting her expression, with some praising Ryan for honesty and others calling him insensitive. That single moment on live TV catalyzed a fresh wave of speculation about the couple's relationship. Had they talked beforehand about how to handle questions related to Baldoni? Did Ryan just go rogue, or was he desperately trying to diffuse tension through humor? Regardless, it set tongues wagging. Maybe the cracks in their perfect facade were bigger than anyone realized. But as cringeworthy as that was, the drama wasn't done unraveling. In a matter of weeks, rumors about Ryan and Blake's personal relationship hit a new pitch. And that leads us to perhaps the juiciest question. Are Ryan and Blake heading for Splitsville? Or is this all just tabloid sensationalism? For years, it felt like Ryan and Blake could do no wrong. They had that dreamy, storybook romance vibe. They matched wits on Twitter, teased each other on talk shows, and practically invented the concept of power couple synergy in Hollywood. But behind the charming banter, there's always the possibility that real problems lurk. Once the Baldoni lawsuit hogged every headline, fans noted that Ryan and Blake's digital flirtations dropped off a cliff. Where they once posted affectionate jabs, they now posted nothing. Tabloids jumped at the silence, claiming it was proof of upheaval at home. Others insisted they were fine and simply trying to keep the legal mania out of their public accounts. Then came the Another Simple Favor sequel fiasco. Anna Kendrick had posted promotional material, only to be swarmed by negative remarks, like fans blaming Blake for overshadowing the production with her off-camera drama. Anna, typically known for her quick-witted comebacks, barely engaged, fueling speculation she'd had enough. The question on everyone's lips, where was Ryan in all this? In past controversies, he'd swoop in with comedic relief, praising Blake for her talents. This time, he was unusually guarded, making people suspect that maybe he and Blake weren't seeing eye to eye. Some inside sources even claimed that the couple was exploring separate project paths to minimize the public scrutiny on their marriage. But not everyone believed the hype. Skeptics pointed out that tabloids thrive on tearing down famously happy couples. Still, the swirling negativity around the lawsuit and Blake's rumored controlling nature made it tough to dismiss the speculation outright. After all, if everything were peachy, wouldn't they just release a statement clarifying the situation? While the internet argued over whether Ryan and Blake were cracking under pressure, Justin Baldoni dropped a bombshell about his own mental health. Appearing on the Gents Talk podcast, he discussed the crushing stress that had plagued him lately, waking him up in the wee hours, heart pounding. Though he never directly blamed Blake or Ryan, it wasn't hard to connect the dots to the lawsuit. Baldoni spoke candidly. Last year had been a brutal storm of emotional and professional challenges, leaving him drained and anxious. If you read between the lines, it was clear that the conflict with Lively, this huge legal fiasco, was part of that tumult. He called it a lot of material success and a lot of emotional stress, which obviously took its toll on his entire family. For many fans, hearing Baldoni in such a vulnerable state transformed the entire story. Instead of your run-of-the-mill Hollywood spat, you have a real person grappling with the aftershocks of a protracted dispute. People who had initially backed Blake's creative control stance began questioning whether her approach had been too forceful. Meanwhile, Baldoni's supporters rallied around his openness, casting him as the wounded underdog. The stakes felt higher than ever, not just for the film projects, but also for the key players' emotional well-being. If Baldoni suffered to this degree, what did that imply for the environment on set? Had things gotten so toxic that it was affecting everyone's personal life, even the seemingly untouchable Ryan and Blake? Suddenly, it wasn't just a few tabloids claiming scandal. The narrative expanded. We were looking at potential heartbreak, breakups, and breakdowns all springing from this one towering controversy. But believe it or not, there was still one more dimension to unravel: the firestorm of public backlash. Never underestimate the fervor of online critics. Even casual fans took sides, especially once Baldoni's candid interview hit the airwaves. Some insisted that Blake Lively was being unfairly demonized, painting her as a hardworking actress with a leadership bent. Others insisted she was a manipulative figure who bulldozed through creative boundaries, harming Baldoni's mental health in the process. Anna Kendrick caught stray bullets in the crossfire, too. Whenever she tried promoting another simple favor, too, comment sections swarmed with negativity directed at Blake, inadvertently dragging Anna along. It got so bad that some fans promised to boycott anything featuring Lively. Meanwhile, a subset of supporters argued that Ryan's jokes on SNL belied any real seriousness in the entire feud, suggesting the lawsuit was trumped-up drama or a money grab orchestrated by Baldoni. The chaos reached a point where the film's director had to publicly praise Blake, calling her an amazing collaborator. That attempt at damage control only added more fuel to the fire. If everything was so rosy, why did the director feel the need to jump in so fervently? Through all this, Ryan and Blake remained notably silent about their marriage. Normally, they'd clap back at rumors with a cheeky Instagram post or a sarcastic tweet. This time, it felt like an unsettling hush. Online theories sprouted that they were either drafting official statements with their legal team or quietly reevaluating whether they should continue working on big projects together while this fiasco raged on. Between the massive lawsuit, the evident tension with Anna Kendrick, and Baldoni's emotional revelations, it's no wonder so many are bracing for the possibility of a major relationship bombshell, one that may end Hollywood's golden couple era for good. So here we are at the crossroads of speculation and reality. Justin Baldoni reveals crippling anxiety and stress, hinting at deeper issues. Anna Kendrick tiptoes around awkward press events, overshadowed by drama she never asked for. Blake Lively grapples with relentless accusations of being too controlling, too outspoken, or too brazen. Ryan Reynolds fumbles on SNL, turning their private nightmare into comedic punchlines. All these events beg the question: is the Ryan Blake empire truly crumbling? Or is it merely bending under the weight of tabloids and towering lawsuits? Hollywood's history is littered with it couples who split before we even realized anything was amiss. Yet Ryan and Blake have repeatedly seemed ironclad, riding out controversies, exchanging playful banter, and radiating that effortless chemistry. At this juncture, though, their silence is louder than any witty tweet. Only time will tell if these rumors mark the end of an era or just another patch of rough seas for a couple that's excelled at weathering storms. But one thing is certain: the entire industry is watching. Will they emerge stronger or call it quits? Feel free to share your takes and theories in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Because in Hollywood, the backstory is always juicier than the script, and this story is far from over. See you in the next video.